So once again, out running, had an idea for a blog post. So sorry, you get the red sweaty face again, apologies. But if I don't do it now, I'll forget what I want to say. So by nature, a lot of healthcare practitioners are very caring and nurturing. We put so much energy and heart and soul into caring for our patients. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't. We beat ourselves up, we tell ourselves negative stories, we look for evidence that we're not doing very well, that we're underperforming, that we're not achieving the things we set out to achieve, and we really beat ourselves up, and it's so unnecessary. Now, this morning, well, for this kind of year, I've set myself a bit of a goal to be able to run 10Ks really easily. Like whenever I fancy it, I just want to be able to go out and run 10Ks without it being a real dirge. And so to do that, I need to get much fitter. So I am on a mission to get fitter. And what I've been doing is I have been going out and running a block of 5Ks every few days. And this morning was the morning I was going to go out and run 5Ks. And do you know what? I just didn't fancy it. I just lay there in bed and thought, oh, I just don't fancy getting out and running 5Ks. It just wasn't what I wanted to do, just didn't feel like the thing I wanted to do today. But I was determined, I still need to run, I still need to get out there because my goal is to get much fitter so I can run 10K whenever I fancy it. And so I got my kit on and I went out, and I'm kind of walking up to the sort of nature reserve where I go running and thinking, oh, I'm just gonna have to run this 5K, I'm just gonna have to do it. And I thought, oh, I know what I could do. I could do some hill reps, because hill reps are good for improving your fitness. So it's still moving me towards the goal I want to achieve, but it's not doing it in a big block of 5K. I just don't want to go out and do 5K. So I thought that's what I'll do. So I thought, brilliant. So I set off with great gusto, walked up to the bottom of the hill. I thought, right, here we go. I did 1, walk back, 2, walk back, 3, walk back. I'm thinking, I'm getting a bit bored now, this running up and down this bit of hill. It's a bit, did 4. I thought, no, I can't do 15 of this, because that's what I'd set out. In my mind, I'd set out I was going to do 15 hill reps. And I got to the bottom of the 4th one and I thought, and I turned round and I looked back up the hill and I thought, the hill kind of carries on. So there's another bit of hill round the corner. So I'll do 5 here. And then once I've done that 5, I'll walk round the bend and I'll do the next 5. So this is where I did my first 5 here. And I ran up and I did the 5th one. And then from there, I kind of walked around the corner, and then this is what I saw when I got round the corner. But I thought, never mind. I'm going to do 5 more here. And I did 5 more there, and then I walked further up the track, found another bit of hill which was the longest and the steepest and looked like this. But I did 5. Well, I think I did 5, because as I was running up up that last bit, I thought this would make a great Instagram story. So I kind of lost count of how many I'd done. So I did 1 more, so I might have done 6, I don't know. And then as I was walking home, I thought, this is too much for an Instagram story. This has got to be a blog post. So, but basically, the moral of the story is, instead of beating yourself up for not doing the thing, how about going about the same goal but in a different way? And not beating yourself up if you get halfway down that track and decide, actually, I'm going to do it a different way. So I went out to run 5K. I didn't run 5K. I decided I was going to do 15 hill reps. I'd started but didn't actually do all 15 on the same hill. I swapped hills. But ultimately, I went out and I exercised and I worked towards my goal of getting fitter. And so I'm not going to beat myself up. So if you're in a position where you're beating yourself up for not achieving or not doing the things, the little steps each day that you need to take to get you to, or the steps you think you need to take to get you to where you want to be, have a think about, is there a different way I can do this? There's that horrid phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat, which is horrid, but it kind of sums up what I'm saying. You can still get to your end goal Even if today you didn't run 5k, if today you did something different, but it still moved you in that direction, it might not have had as big an impact, but it still moved you towards that goal. So I hope my slogging up and down the hills this morning and the idea that I had for this blog post has given you something to think about, because it does us no good if we're beating ourselves up, if we're being kind of down on ourselves and negative on ourselves all the time, because we can still achieve those goals we set out to achieve, but we don't necessarily need to do them in the way we think we need to do them. We can take different steps. We can go off at slight tangents, you know, we can incorporate new things, we can include different people, we can just do it in a different way, but we can still get to that end goal at the end of the year or the end of whenever. So I will keep you posted on how I get on with running 10k easily whenever I fancy it. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this. So please leave your comments in the comments box below this video. If you're not watching this video on jillwoods.com, please head over to jillwoods.com/blog, where you'll find loads more blogs with all this kind of ramblings and ideas and thoughts and things to inspire you, and tips and tricks on how to market your practice better. Thank you very much for your time, and I will be back here next week with another bit of inspiration for you.